So in this video, I'm going to talk about how I can hold a conversation with anyone and have people remember me afterwards. And before you think I'm like some boasting dickhead, let me talk about what I think gives me the right to talk about this. What is my proof? Because I don't want to be talking about stuff I don't know about and haven't done firsthand. And it is really hard to prove that you have made a good impression or that another person enjoyed talking to you. So let me break it down for you. The way you usually meet a new person is by a three-way introduction. The person you know in some way or another introduces you to another person. And in the past 6 months, I've met a lot of people in this three-way introduction framework. Younger people, older people, entrepreneurs both ahead of me and behind me, primary school kids, students, more and less ambitious, school teachers, nurses, all the way to ex-investment bankers, elderly people. And the reason why I've decided to make this video is that every single time the person who had introduced me to the new person came to me saying that I had made a good impression or that the other person really liked me. And so I've been thinking, obviously the conversations with the 10-year-old, the one with the nurse and the one with the ex-investment banker, were all completely different. So what are the common things that I have done and said in each of these conversations? And I've managed to break them down to 4 concepts that I think have been true for every conversation. And you could apply them to your conversations, even if you're less confident. Number 1, it's so easy. If you can't even do this, no one is ever going to like you. And that is to smile, right? No one likes talking to people that are angry, upset, or in a mood. It's so hard being around negativity. If you are, I'm sure you realize this and you know this, it drains your energy and your happiness. You don't want that. You just smile and nod along while the other person is talking, okay? Number 2, people love talking about themselves. So what do you have to do? You let them talk. Some people don't even need an invitation to talk, right? And we all know them. But some people do need a little push to start talking about themselves. And they still love to do it. It's not that they don't, they're just a bit shy. So you help them by asking questions, mostly what are called open-ended questions. So why and what questions. And the reason why we ask this is because you can't answer these questions with a yes or a no, right? How was the show, for example, or how are you feeling? You can't say yes or no. You have to actually answer the question. And by framing a question this way, it forces the other person to talk, which they wanted to do anyways, so that's great. And then what you can also do to make them talk more is using mirroring tactics, right? Or mirrors, I think they're called. Chris Voss talks about it in his book, this FBI agent, ex-FBI agent who used to deal with hostage negotiations, something like that. But basically he wrote a book about persuasion and sales and the tactics he used to use. And basically you're just repeating the final few words of someone's sentence, which basically implies that you're asking them to go deeper and to explain further and expand on what they said. For example, if they're passionate about theatre, they might say something like, last week I went to the theatre, right? Of course. And you would say, in a questioning tone, so like in an upward tone, you'd say, the theatre, if you want them to expand on that. And then they will start talking about the theatre or about the play they went to see last weekend, right? But the idea on this point number 2 is let them talk, be curious, and listen to what they have to say. And it ties to the previous point. Like you do this by smiling, nodding your head, and asking the questions. It's simple. And these were a bit easier for me, right? These are the easy ones. The next 2 are some that came a bit harder for me and that I gradually started doing as my confidence increased. The third concept, which is more an action actually, is addressing everyone when you walk into a room and when you leave the room. And that means shaking the hand more firmly, so not just giving the hand like this, like, you know, a lot of people just give the hand like this. Actually, like, shake the hand, okay? Don't just leave the hand there. Look straight into their eyes, and then if they don't introduce themselves with their name, you ask for their names, okay? And you actually remember the name and you call them by their first name during conversation. So shake the hand, say the name, and you'll make a very good impression. And they'll remember you, I promise. And fourth and final thing I was doing was giving appreciation. Now, as a thing I want to talk about, there's a big difference, like very big difference between flattery and appreciation, okay? Flattery is when you give a compliment and you don't mean it. It is not sincere and you're just saying it to get something out of the other person, okay? That's not good. People see right through it, and that's not what I was doing. I was giving appreciation, honest and sincere compliments with no expectations in return. I was not expecting anything. You can always find something that you actually like or admire about the other person, like in pretty much everyone. You just need to look for it, right? For example, in the investment banker, for me, it was the hard work. You know, for 10 years, working 16 hours, I actually admire that, right? You know, waking up super early, going to bed late, like working your ass off, like it's something I respect. Like hard work is something like one of the things that I respect most in people. But then for the school teacher, it was the fact that she was raising 4 children as a single mother. And you can always find these compliments. You just have to look for them and be honest. People are craving honest appreciation. So just give it to them. Anyways, these are the 4 things that I believe helped me make a very good impression of 99% of people I talk to. Very few people do this, and it's so easy. If you want to get people to like you more, just literally do the things on this list, smile, let them talk, give the compliment, and go and practice these concepts until they become automatic. And I promise people will like you more and enjoy hanging around with you. Please let me know in the comments if there's anything else you'd like me to talk about. And I'm not just saying it just to say it. Actually, please write something. Tell me, please, Leo, can you talk about this? If you do have something that you'd like me to talk about, it'll be an honor to answer your question. And if not, then you're just gonna have to see whatever I decide to publish. Okay. See you.